Welcome back, everybody, to the late night review, and I'm happy to finally get to this Clint Eastwood movie. It's probably it's probably my favorite Dirty Harry movie. Now, I reviewed the first one, Dirty Harry. I reviewed Magnum Force. I reviewed The Enforcer on this channel. You could check those out. This is Sudden Impact, and I think it's my favorite nowadays. It's a really good addition to this franchise. I used to like The Enforcer when I was a kid the best, and later I started to go back to the first one in Magnum Force. Now The Enforcer, I still like it, but it's not as it's. I used to have it as my number one. Now I don't like it as much as I used to, but I still like all the Dirty Harry movies. The original Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, The Enforcer, this one, Sudden Impact, and the Deadpool. I like the Deadpool. When I was a kid, the Deadpool was my least favorite. Now I probably like it more than the Enforcer. But Sudden Impact, I think it's my favorite Dirty Harry movie. I love the Dirty Harry movies with Clint Eastwood, Harry Callahan. Sudden Impact, I think one of the reasons it's probably the darkest Dirty Harry movie. It's probably got the darkest subject matter of all the Dirty Harry movies, because not only do you have the usual stuff with Dirty Harry, um, Harry Callahan played by Clint Eastwood, you got that in here like all the other movies, but there's also another plot in here that intertwines and mixes really, really well, and that's the vigilante, played by Sandra Locke. Her and her sister were brutally attacked and assaulted, brutalized years ago by this group of really awful people. And she's seeking vengeance. She's going out there to try to get justice for herself and her sister, trying to get vengeance and one by one take these people out. And that is kind of the subplot to this movie and becomes the main plot of this movie. But you also have Harry Callahan. He's out there going after the bad guys. You have him going after different people who are not involved in this. And then eventually he gets involved in this too. And they do a really good job bringing those two storylines in this movie together, I think. And it's my favorite because it's like a combination of Dirty Harry and Death Wish all in one movie. And I've always appreciated that. I always liked this one, even as a kid when The Enforcer was my favorite. I always liked this. It's never been at the bottom for me. Now I like it quite a bit more than the Enforcer. It's more my type of movie. Like I said, it's probably the darkest of all the Dirty Harry movies. But I kind of like my Dirty Harry movies that way, because if you're going to be into Dirty Harry, might as well go 100%. But I love Magnum Force. I like the Deadpool now more than I used to when I was a kid. I think I actually like the Deadpool now more than the Enforcer. But this movie, Sudden Impact, is it's safe to say it is my favorite Dirty Harry movie. Although maybe I'll rank them one day, I'm not sure. Depends on how many views this video gets. Uh, it's a solid movie, and I like the interaction, the dialogue between Clint Eastwood's character and Sandra Locke's character. You know, they were an item in real life. They were a couple. They had a relationship together, and that's fascinating. But and she's been with him in multiple movies, and two of my favorites, Every Which Way But Loose, Any Which Way You Can. Those were movies that I really, really like. Two of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies. Totally different type than than the Dirty Harry movies, but I really like those movies. This is a fascinating movie because it's a Dirty Harry movie mixed in with this kind of Death Wish vigilante aspect. And it's interesting to see the interactions between Harry Callahan, Dirty Harry, and Sandra Locke's character, and how they meet, how they discuss things. And this is a spoiler review. Almost all my review videos are movies that You know, they're about movies that have been out for decades, movies that probably most of my audience has seen, I'm guessing. Not sure. So this is a spoiler review. I will be giving certain things away because it's an old movie, and I usually do talk about movies that I have nostalgia for. And I got a lot of nostalgia for this. When I was a kid, I watched this over and over again, and really always appreciated it. Loved Clint Eastwood. I grew up watching his movies. I like his westerns. I think I like the Dirty Harry franchise, though, better than his westerns. It's my personal taste, but I like the westerns. Certain westerns I love. But the Dirty Harry franchise has always had a special place for me, and they're probably my favorites as far as his, if you compare those with his westerns. But he's got the gun either way. He's taken out a lot of guys, a lot of people. But it's action packed. The pacing is good. The pacing is in all the Dirty Harry films are good. There's not a slow movie in the franchise, and this movie's no exception. It's got a good pace. There's a lot of action. This might be probably the fastest paced Dirty Harry movie, or at least one of them, because you got the two stories. You got Harry Callahan's normal story doing what he does, and then you got the vigilante story with Sandra Locke playing out, going after these people that hurt her and her sister years ago. And eventually they meet. Harry Callahan and Sandra Locke's character meet, and they discuss different things. He finds out what she's involved in to a degree, and then later he finds out more and more about her as their relationship gets closer. And then later, when he finds out what she's been doing to these people, he makes a decision, and he does end up giving her a break. He knows that she went after and took out a lot of bad people, people who brutalized her and her sister. So at the end, he gives her a break, and he realizes that the quality of life for everybody else has gone up when these bad people have been removed by Sandra Locke's character and Clint Eastwood, because he does get involved and he starts taking some of them out himself, because there's a good conflict, good confrontation towards the end of the movie. At the end of this picture, it culminates, and there's a really good conflict and resolution at the end of this movie between all of the characters, and it's fun. It's interesting. It's a justice-driven, kind of vengeance-driven movie. If you like that type of movie, I think you'll really, really like this. It's one of my favorites along those lines, and the two stories mixing together well really helps. I really like it. It's not only one of my favorite Dirty Harry movies, if not my favorite, it's one of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies. It's definitely in my top 5 Clint Eastwood movies of all time. And if you like Clint Eastwood, and let's say you haven't seen this, you're in for a treat. It's a solid Clint Eastwood movie, action packed, has sad parts, it's got drama, suspense, it has disturbing aspects to the movie, a lot of disturbing aspects, but it also has justice, resolution. I think the ending is good. With some of these movies, the ending I don't care for. The Star Chamber, that movie I've talked about before. Love that movie with Michael Douglas, Hal Holbrook. I've reviewed that on the channel before, so check that out. I love that movie, but I don't care for the ending. But this movie, I do like the ending. The ending is good. I think it's fitting and justice is served, and it's a good movie. I highly recommend it. And if you haven't seen Sudden Impact, the 4th installment of the Dirty Harry franchise, I believe, I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you like these types of movies. I give it a thumbs way up to the moon, and I highly recommend it. This has been the Late Night Review. Please like and subscribe and share this video. Hit the thumbs up button when you subscribe. It really helps the channel. I'd appreciate it. And have a good night, everybody. This has been the Late Night Review.